Sports.
We are Black Force. We are Wisconsin.
A hot, steamy day for baseball in hot Atlanta, Georgia. SunTrust Park. It's the rubber match of this three-game series between the Brew Crew and the Atlanta Braves. And you could say this is a game saver, not only for the game, but maybe the season, as Ryan Braun comes through to end a threat in the seventh inning. Then in the eighth, it's Moose. Mike Moustakas coming through as the Brewers take a 4-2 lead. Then Hader, the final two innings, 6 up, 6 down in that 4-2 victory. That sets the stage for the wild card standings now as the Brewers take a game lead over the Braves. They've already won the season series despite today's outcome. That's the good news, just in case there's a tiebreaker at the end. Hi, everybody. Craig Kashan alongside Bill Schroeder. Welcome to Brewers Baseball here on Fox Sports Wisconsin. We've got a great one for you. Playoff caliber baseball. It's been this way all weekend long between the Braves and the Brewers, and they're going to put Chase Anderson out there for Milwaukee, who stumbled in his last start, but overall his last 9, he's been very sharp with an ERA of just 2.63.
And again, I mean, it's not that he's been giving up a lot of runs, but what Chase needs to do today is eat up some more innings. That's been kind of an issue for him, and keep the opposition off the board in the first inning. It was just the opposite last time out, 6 up, 6 down against San Diego. They kind of lost it. The fastball, curveball combination just wasn't there for Chase, but he's been very good on the road this year, and hopefully that continues. The Brewers would like to win this series. He's got a tough customer in Sean Newcomb out there. Newcomb started the year 8-2. He was an all-star candidate until he lost 3 in a row, including a start against Milwaukee. Very good last time out here at SunTrust Park. Nearly no-hit the Dodgers. Fastball, slider, changeup for Newcomb. This guy's a tough customer. The Brewers need to start winning games against lefties and winning some day games as well.
All right, let's see if they can get it done today. And Freddie Freeman, the all-star for the Braves, he's swinging a big bat. So's Jesus Aguilar, the all-star for the Brewers. These two big first basemen going at it in the rubber match next.
initial innings for Newcomb. That is strike three call. Wow, fastball right down the middle.
And he got him. Chase Anderson with a strikeout.
Welcome back to Atlanta SunTrust Park. A warm, steamy day for baseball where we are ready. Craig Kishan, Bill Schroeder, Sophia Minard, our producer Dan Keener, and director Adam Bryant all on hand with you. 87 right now. That hot humidity makes it feel much more into the 90s here as the Brewers and the Braves are ready to go at it. Craig Counsell, his fourth season as Milwaukee's skipper, puts this lineup together here today. It's going to be Lorenzo Cain at the top of the order, then Christian Yelich, Jesus Aguilar, Ryan Braun in that cleanup role again. Hernan Perez out at shortstop, Mike Moustakas over at third, Jonathan Scope over there at second base, and Manny Pena behind the plate for Chase Anderson here today. And Sean Newcomb, the lefty, on the hill, Rock.
And he's been really good. 23rd appearance, a 10-5 record. As we mentioned when we came on the air, he started the season 8-2, lost 3 in a row in one stretch, including a loss to the Brewers at Miller Park. This guy has been very good after Braves losses. He's 8-2, earned run average under 2, so he's kind of been the stopper for these guys.
Well, he pitched magnificent. He's got a stretch going, and the Brewers were able to tag him last month in Milwaukee. We'll see what can transpire here. Lorenzo Cain is set to lead it off. And he takes a whack at that first pitch, foul ball. So the Brewers coming out aggressive here out of the gates against Newcomb. Big win yesterday for the Brewers, 4-2 after a thump of a start on Friday night. Braves took it to them. This one pulled just foul again by Cain.
Yeah, nice come from behind victory last night. The Brewers down 2-1 in the 8th. A big error by the Atlanta Braves opened the door. Then the Brewers able to punch through. Good job by the bullpen. Burns, Hader. A good win last night.
It was a disappointing way to end the homestand, and then very disappointing to open it up Friday night. So a win like last night kind of replenishes the team a little bit. You got that sense in that clubhouse last night.
Guys are fired up. Great play by Ryan Braun, catching a line drive down the line, maybe save the game.
Cain fighting to stay alive here. Ball and 2 strikes to the Brewers leadoff hitter today, Lorenzo Cain. 297, 8 home runs and 30 RBIs. He also has 21 stolen bases. And it was Cain, Yelich, and Braun and Moustakas, who the veterans you'd like to lean on, especially from this point forward, who got the job done in that top of the 8th yesterday. Another one pulled foul.
And that's who you have to rely on down the stretch. You know, when things get tight, your veteran guys that have been there before. Yeah, certainly Cain and Moustakas have been in the bright lights before in the World Series. Christian Yelich has always been a big-time player. Hey, got to lean on those guys. Situations like this, bring the other guys along with you.
Same thing for Ryan Braun with that defensive catch that he made. Here's the 1-2, and Cain goes down. So there's your first out of the game, a strikeout.
Well, we talked about that Braves defense. The defense, you know, opening door for the Brewers yesterday with an error, but overall they've been very good. You got Acuna and Ciarte and Markakis in the outfield, Camargo, Swanson, Albies, and Freeman. Save infield all 3 games of the series, and Tyler Flowers behind home plate.
Speaking of the umpiring crew, Mark Wegner, the crew chief. Behind home plate is Chad Whitson. John Tumpain over at second, and Jim Reynolds at third. And Yelich. First pitch, ground out to first. 2 down. Well, Rock, what do you assume is the approach here against the lefty Newcomb today by Milwaukee?
Well, you kind of see it already. I mean, tacking early, he threw a lot of fastballs in that game right here against Los Angeles, where he nearly threw that no-hitter. He was 1 out away. But a lot of fastballs. 2 starts ago, he threw over 130 pitches trying to get through that game with the no-hitter. Very good his last time out as well against Washington. This guy's on a roll right now.
He's only allowed an earned run in each of his last 3 starts. This guy has been tough to hit.
Good command of the fastball. He's got a really good slider and a changeup. He'll also throw a curveball from time to time. His second year with the Atlanta Braves.
Jesus Aguilar, the Brewer batter, takes one inside to even it up 1-1. Aguilar with 28 home runs, 83 RBIs, batting .272. Kind of slow out of the gates in the month of August for Jesus Aguilar. Has a couple of home runs, but batting only .209. Had the home run swing going back at Miller Park against the Padres. Tough take there. 2-2.
Yeah, starting to go to the opposite field a little bit better. It was kind of, jumpy at the plate, right after the All-Star break. Staying back a little bit better now.
2-2, pulled foul again by Aguilar. Brewers All-Star first baseman, a first-time All-Star. Won the fans' final vote. Over 20 million votes in just a few days in that stretch. This one to left field, base hit. So a two-out base runner for Milwaukee as Aguilar reaches.
Now let's check out our Pizza Ranch for the win. Let's talk about the two starting pitchers here in today's game. All about the curveball changeup combination for Chase Anderson. It was real good. First two innings his last time out, but then kind of lost it. Very important two pitches for him to go along with the fastball. And we talked about Sean Newcomb, 8-1, 182 earned run average after Braves losses. Braves lost yesterday, so you figure Newcomb's going to be a tough customer here today.
He faces the veteran Ryan Braun. Braun at .249 with 12 home runs and 43 RBIs. Takes the ball low. With a healthy Thames and a healthy Braun added to that outfield of Yelich and Kane, it's allowed Braun to avoid playing too many consecutive starts and keep him rested and healthy. He's been used a lot in pinch hitting role as well.
He's always been good after days off. Good game for him yesterday. Had a base hit, drove in a run early in the game. Got the Brewers on the board, and then that terrific catch down the line and left.
He laid out fully for that one, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Kind of gave the Brewers some momentum going into that eighth inning. Defense will do that for you once in a while.
This one in the left, a base hit. So two runners aboard with 2 outs against Newcomb.
Yeah, the other thing we've seen from Brawny is the fact that he's been able to handle that pitch on the inside corner much better now than he did early in the season. Yeah, check it out. Newcomb leaves it out over the plate just enough. Braun able to get the barrel of the bat on it. Fastball at 91 and rips it into left field. Seeing the baseball better, quick hands, able to hit the line drive into left.
It's Ryan Braun talking with Carlos Subero, the Brewers' first base coach. There's Hernan Perez. He's playing shortstop today for Milwaukee. 2 outs, 2 aboard. High ball 1. Perez at .260 on the season with 9 home runs and 27 RBIs. 8th start at shortstop for Perez today. 1-0 in there to even it up.
And nice to have a guy like Perez who can fill in at shortstop, give you a good at bat. He has faced Newcomb this year, 1-for-1 with a home run. Maybe one of the reasons why he's in there today over Orlando Arcia.
Well, there's more options now with Perez swinging the bat well. The acquisition of Scope. And this one line raked the third, and a nice play by Camargo as he leaps and nabs a would-be base hit and potential RBI away from Milwaukee here in the first. in the top of the first, but it comes up empty. So the Braves are set to come up here. Brian Snitker, the third-year manager for the Braves, who his team having a very, very successful season all season long, very much like the Brewers. And his batting order is going to be Ronald Acuna Jr. leading things off. Ozzie Albies, then Freddie Freeman, Nick Markakis, Johan Camargo, Ender Inciarte, Tyler Flowers, Dansby Swanson, the shortstop, and Sean Newcomb, today's pitcher. Chase Anderson on the mound for Milwaukee.
Yeah, making start number 24, making his 12th road start. He's 4-4 on the road. A very good .259 earned run average. No decision his last time out against San Diego. Only able to go 4 2/3, 5 hits, 4 runs. He did allow a couple of home runs in that start.
And a first pitch ball from Chase Anderson to get things going against Acuna. And a leadoff home run against Wade Miley yesterday. Boy, Wade Miley pitched a gem of a game after that, didn't he?
Yeah, something else. He's been great.
6 strong innings yesterday for Miley. Also had one of only 2 base hits the Brewers had until they got to that 8th inning.
Been very effective pitching inside has Wade Miley, along with that changeup. Good pitch for him yesterday.
Anderson high to even the count at 2-2. Acuna at 270 with 14 home runs and 32 RBIs. Count is full.
There's the pitch he needs right there, the changeup. He needs to get it close enough over the plate and to get some swings. It's a good swing and a miss pitch.
Here's that home run I was talking about with Acuna yesterday. Kind of surprised Wade Miley, as this one went right down the left field line, hugging around that foul pole.
And one of the few cutters that he left out over the plate in yesterday's game.
3-2 again, fouled away.
Well, this is certainly more like Atlanta weather, isn't it? Kind of hot and muggy.
It is the hottest, muggiest day since we've been down here. I've been very pleasantly surprised with the weather up until now.
Nice and cool.
This type of weather doesn't surprise you.
Yeah, this is more like it. That's why they call it Hot Atlanta.
Hot Atlanta. You got that heat index in the mid-90s right now, and the humidity much higher. And Acuna working Anderson right out of the gates. This is the 9th pitch of the at-bat to the first hitter. And he misses inside, so a leadoff walk to Acuna.
Well, let's check out the Brewers defensively here today. You got Braun, Kane, Yelich in the outfield. And Moustakas and Aguilar on the corners, and then you got Perez at short, Jonathan Schoop at second, and Manny Pena back behind home plate. It was Eric Kratz in last night's game. Craig Counsell mixing up his lineup and batting order quite a bit.
Here's Ozzie Albies as Acuna draws a throw over to first from Chase Anderson. Albies hit .277, 20 home runs and 59 RBIs. First time All-Star over there at second base this summer. He has 20 home runs and 12 steals. He's one of only 4 players in the National League to go 20 and 10 so far. Trevor Story, Manny Machado, and Javi Baez the others. That'll get you to the All-Star game.
Yeah, and that'll get you into the postseason. At least these 2 guys, top of the order, have been doing a real good job.
Ball and a strike now from Chase Anderson.
And good combination of young players and veterans on this Atlanta Braves roster. They've all been contributing.
Tough offense right here, this Braves team. This one a long, loud foul down the right field line. And a nice catch. Always got to be ready. That's a good spot in foul territory to sit. Ball and 2 strikes down to Albies. Anderson delivers. This one fouled away the other way. This is Anderson's first career start in Atlanta. His 4th against the Braves. 2-0 against Atlanta with a 2.93.
They've had a no decision at Miller Park this year against Atlanta.
Chase looking for win number 8. There goes the runner. Swing and a miss. Throw to second base in time for the out.
Yep, he can throw. Yeah, good tag by Hernan Perez. Just a tremendous throw by Manny Pena. Quick feet, good delivery, and they do just get him. Perez able to slap the tag on before Acuna gets his hand in there. Well done on both ends. Well, he continues just to throw the baseball extremely well to his Manny Pena.
13th base runner caught by Manny Pena.
Nothing like the old strike him out, throw him out, huh?
That works.
You know, there are a lot of good throwing catchers in baseball, but I don't think there's one that's any quicker getting rid of the baseball than Manny.
He's 13 out of 36 throwing out base runners. That's a pretty good clip right there. You get near 40%. Base is empty for Freddie Freeman. 2 down. Ball and 2 strikes to the All-Star first baseman. Second in the league with a .318 average. We have the top 3 batting average leaders in the National League going head-to-head in this one. Nick Markakis on deck leads the league at .325. Then Freeman at .318 and Christian Yelich at .313.
Man, a lot of league leaders in this game. Man, you got Kane up amongst league leaders in on-base percentage. Aguilar in home runs. RBIs. Yeah. One of the reasons why both of these teams are in the hunt for the postseason.
And Freeman a 13-game hitting streak coming into today's game, the longest active streak in the National League.
A good cutter right there. He's thrown a couple of good cutters in his first inning. That's a tough pitch to lay off of. Looks like a strike until it gets to the hitting zone.
This one to left, brought a long run and just foul. Brown thinking about same territory last night where he made that catch.
A little too close to that wall that time.
Yeah.
You don't want to go head first into that.
Three-2 to Freeman. And this one into right field, base hit. Freeman a big turn on his way to second base, and the throw is going to be late. So a 2-out double for Freddie Freeman, and that extends his hitting streak to 14 games.
And waited back on an off-speed pitch. Freeman keeps those hands back, gives himself a chance. Makes pretty good contact. Check it out. Change up. And Freeman got it on the end, but he keeps the hands back, you know, long enough to be able to get enough on it, and good speed, able to get himself into second base.
How big is that caught stealing by Manny Pena now? Runner at second, 2 out for Markakis. League's leading hitter at .325, and Chase Anderson trying to avoid the first inning blues. 6.65 ERA. with 7 home runs allowed, 23 hits in 23 innings pitched in the first inning for Chase Anderson.
Yeah, didn't have that problem his last start. It was 3rd through 5 that gave him the problems.
And this one right down the line past Aguilar, and the Braves are going to grab the early lead all the way into the corner. Yelich just now getting to it. Markakis on his way to 3rd with a stand-up triple and an RBI, and the Braves are out in front 1-0.
Well, both of these teams able to mount a rally in the first inning with 2 outs. This time, though, the Braves were able to cash in double, triple. 2 pretty good hitters. Freeman, Markakis able to put the Braves on the board. Yep, fastball up and in. Markakis able to just tuck it inside that first baseline, out of the reach of Aguilar and down into the corner.
Here's Camargo. Markakis at 3rd. The Braves an early lead here against Chase Anderson and the Brewers. And they were out in front early yesterday, and the Brewers rallied. Camargo at .259 with 13 home runs and 52 RBIs. Inside, 2-1.
And switch hitter Camargo, good defender, big time throwing arm at 3rd base. Always amazes me to watch him throw the baseball. Camargo a much better right-handed hitter than he is a left.
Here's the 2-1. Fouled it back. Count even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That comeback yesterday, by the way, 31 wins now for the Brewers in comeback fashion. That's among the league leaders, technically 3rd. Boston and the Cubs have 36, Philadelphia 32, and Milwaukee 31, along with Oakland.
Yeah, you can have numbers like that when you have a good bullpen. And fall behind, let your bullpen come in and hold them down and get your offense going.
A lot of pitches here in the first inning for Chase Anderson. This is his 3rd full count hitter, as he's about to throw pitch number 30. This one foul.
Continue to fight off that changeup. It's down in the zone, but over the heart of the plate. Defensive swings, but they're able to stay alive.
Do the 3-2 again. And this one to left, a base hit and another run. And a tough break here with 2 down and nobody on. And now the Braves 3 consecutive hits, and they lead it 2-0.
Well, he was able to foul off the changeup, got a fastball up out over the plate and went right with it. Good piece of hitting by Camargo. You saw the shift, only Moustakas on the left side. Well, the Braves with 2 outs and nobody on have 3 consecutive hits and 2 runs in.
Here's Ender Inciarte. Braves center fielder. .251 on the season for him with 7 home runs and 46 RBIs. Takes a called strike. Braves have struck for 2 here in the first with 2 down. Long first inning for the Brewers starter Chase Anderson.
They said it after the double by Freddie Freeman, how big that throw out was by Pena. It's even bigger now.
Yep.
Could be a lot worse. Could be 3 in and only 1 out.
This one hit a long ways down the right field line, but just foul. Boy, it's a long foul ball right there. Anderson bears down here in the first. 34 pitches already. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Inciarte. And he stays alive.
Yeah, see, they're just barely able to get a piece of that changeup, even the good ones that Chase is throwing. Foul off the tough pitches, wait for a mistake. That was a good changeup.
Camargo over at first. Inciarte the batter. Anderson misses 2-2.
Trying to get a feel for that curveball. Kind of lost it his last time out.
Curveball's been a tough successive pitch here for Brewer pitching staff in the last few days.
And Freddie Peralta had a difficult time with his. He wasn't able to throw too many for strikes. Chase Anderson needs that pitch.
4th batter has worked the count full here in the first against Chase Anderson. Pitch to Inciarte. Right to Aguilar. And the inning will finally end. All the damage with 2 down in a long first inning. But the Brewers trail this one 2-0 going to the second.
August 20th through Wednesday the 22nd. Check out the complete series schedule that features $6 Terrace Reserve tickets on Monday, courtesy of Miller High Life. Go to Brewers.com.
All right, the Brewers trail as they head to their second at-bat of the game here in the second inning. It's going to be Mike Moustakas leading off against Newcomb. Takes one inside, ball 1. Moustakas with that big hit yesterday in the 8th inning. That 2 RBI double that put the Brewers out in front 3-2, and they went on to the 4-2 win, surprising the Braves late yesterday.
Craig Counsell has no problem using Yelich and Moustakas against lefties. They've both been pretty good against the left-handers. He's got Sean Thames left-handers on the bench today.
And to take a look at Moose last night in that 8th inning, and he took that ball the other way very nicely. And you got your 2 veterans in Yelich and Kane scoring. Kane scored all the way from first.
And big hit. I mean, that got the guys fired up and ended up winning the game by a couple of runs. Good win here at the ballpark yesterday for Milwaukee. Set up by good pitching, first by Wade Miley. How about Corbin Burns getting some really important innings for Craig Counsell? He got pitched a scoreless inning, and then Josh Hader finishing it off in the 8th and 9th.
You know, Burns pretty emphatic when Braun made that inning-saving catch in the 7th inning. Knew he got himself out of a jam there, but takes good defense sometimes. Put the ball in play. Let your defense work behind you, and it worked yesterday. And Moustakas, a leadoff walk here in the 2nd inning.
And it all starts with positioning, right? I mean, if they weren't positioned right, you can credit Eddie Cedar and for positioning the outfielders. And if Braun wasn't positioned where he was, he would never have come close to that baseball. It all works together, doesn't it? The coaching staff, the players able to do what they're supposed to do, and that's how you win games.
All right, here's Scope. There's that catch we were talking about from Ryan Braun. It's a beauty. You've probably seen it a few times from last night to today.
Yeah, you see where he started, though. He was shaded toward the line. Able to get there just on the grass by the warning track. And if you're not positioned properly, you're not going to come close to that baseball.
Did you see the catch probability there at only 19%? That's right. Beyond well done by Ryan Braun. All right, Jonathan Scope out at second today for Craig Counsell. 234, 17, and 42 on the season for Scope. And a slow grounder to second. The relay is not in time. So you get the lead runner Moustakas at second. Scope safe on the fielder's choice.
And for a big guy, Scope gets down the line pretty good. Yeah, really not hit hard enough for a double play, and Scope able to beat it at first base. Swanson with a good throw over to first. He's got a good arm, but Scope able to beat it.
One down here at the Brewers second for Manny Pena. Got Scope over there at first. This one into the gap a long way, and this one all the way to the wall. One hopper. Scope's going to be held at third as Pena rests at second base with a double.
Yeah, he's really been starting to swing the bat much better. I mean, laying off pitches that are in off the plate. You know, that was an issue for him early in the season, chasing too many pitches that are in off the plate. And you see right there the slider that didn't do a whole lot. Newcomb hangs it, and Pena goes to the opposite field with it. Scope a little bit of a late break, not sure it was going to be caught. Has to hold up at third. That's a kind of a tough break for the Brewers, because now Chase Anderson is up.
Second and third for the Brewers starting pitcher Chase Anderson. He has 3 hits on the season. Three hits, no RBIs. It'd be a good time to get hit number 4 and a couple of RBIs.
Yeah, how about a ground ball to short? Let's not get greedy. They're back up the middle, in at the corners. And ground ball should score a run.
I'm going out there. I'm going out on a limb, Rock.
Time to get greedy? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not even thinking that's greedy. Well, that's all right. I'll take the run. I get it. One at a time, right?
Yeah.
Down 2 strikes.
There it is.
There it is. Up the middle, base hit. How about this? 2 runs are going to come home as Anderson on an 0-2 pitch ties the game at 2.
Well, we both got what we wanted. The ground ball is short, but then finds its way into center field. Well done, by the way. It's time to get greedy. It's August.
Darn right.
Yep, 0-2 down and in. A mistake by Newcomb and out of the reach of Swanson. And into center field, so the Brewers tie it. on a base hit by Chase Anderson. There you go.
2 starts ago, Sean Newcomb is a strike away from no-hitting the Dodgers, and then 2 games later, Chase Anderson with a 2 RBI base hit to tie the game. Gotta love baseball.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
Nothing's guaranteed.
And that's what you like about what Brian Snitker did with Newcomb in that game against the Dodgers here at home. 134 pitches. Let him stay out there, get the no-hitter. I mean, let him get a chance at it, because he might never be in that spot again. Lost it in the last out of the game.
It's a strike away.
There's a lot of pitches that he's been working hard last 4 starts.
Over 110 per start on average. Chris Taylor of the Dodgers broke up that no-hitter, by the way. Brand new ball game now. 2-2 here in the 2nd inning. Braves getting 2 in their half of the 1st, and the Brewers here in the top of the 1st tying it up. And another base hit up the middle. Brewers are getting some base runners and hits off Newcomb here today.
He's throwing a lot of fastballs. Haven't seen too many sliders and an area changeup. Brewers able to be aggressive, and Kane able to line this one that was down the middle up a little bit, but 92 miles an hour, and Kane able to hit a line drive into center field.
5 hits in the game already for Milwaukee. Chuck Hernandez pays a visit to his starting pitcher Sean Newcomb on the hill.
And we were told that in that no-hit bid for Newcomb, large majority of pitches fastball. I'm talking he threw about 134 pitches, 110, 115 of them were fastballs. So use that pitch quite a bit.
Well, the Brewers got to Newcomb on July 8th at Miller Park. He lasted only 3 2/3 innings. He gave up 5 hits in that one, but 5 earned runs, and that matched his season high. He also had 4 walks. Had some control issues there. This time the Brewers are just squaring up on that barrel of the bat here and getting some base hits. He's not issued a walk yet. Actually, just 1 walk to Moustakas to lead off this inning. Here's Yelich. 2 aboard, 1 down, 2 runs already in here in the Brewer half of inning number 2. Yelich grounded out back in the 1st to Freddie Freeman. Sun has broken through the clouds here. That heat is pouring through here at SunTrust Park. Feeling like the mid-90s to the players on the field today.
Yeah, good day to be in the shade if you're here at the ballpark.
2-0, fly ball, center field. It's Inciarte. And Anderson going to tag and go into third base. Both runners able to tag.
Yeah, not a very good throw by Inciarte. I mean, I'm not sure what you're thinking there, throwing that ball into third. Good heads-up base running by Lorenzo Cain to get himself into scoring position. That's just not a very good throw. He's a veteran guy. I mean, he knows what he's doing out there, but not sure why you throw to third base.
You got 2 runners in scoring position now with 2 down, and Jesus Aguilar. He singled back in the 1st. Newcomb delivers. It's the curveball to drop in. Strike 1. Aguilar 3rd in the National League with his 28 home runs and also the RBIs at 83. Inside now to even up the count.
Well, Chase Anderson has been on the bases for a long time. Out in that heat. You wonder how that's going to affect him in the bottom of this inning.
It's kind of where I was going a little bit with the sun breaking through here, and you got your pitcher out in it. He could be in that dugout, but boy, He's out there for a reason, though. He delivered that single and 2 runs.
And that's the thing. If he was in the dugout, then the Brewers wouldn't have scored those 2 runs, right?
That's right. These guys stay in condition, though. It's amazing these days.
And they're young.
You can often, when you come to the ballpark early afternoon, see Chase Anderson leaving the ballpark, going out on a run. A lot of these guys do it.
Every pitcher has his own routine that usually involves a lot of running, a lot of stationary bike work. Running the stairs at the ballpark, home and road.
Here's the 2-2 to Aguilar.
When's the last time you ran stairs?
It's been a while. I won't say recently. Do a lot of walking stairs.
Yeah. Slowly. Hold on to the banister.
I try not to take the elevator. How about that for a reaction?
I'm with you on that.
There you go.
Yeah, except for in this ballpark.
Well, when they put you above the lights here, we tend to use the elevator. 3-2 to Aguilar. Follows another one. Brewers working Newcomb here in the 2nd inning. His pitch count at 45. .26 of those in this inning. Again, the 3-2. Aguilar right to 2nd. And the Brewers will settle for the tie here. Chase Anderson coming through with his first RBIs of the 2018 season. He got 2 of them, and it ties the game 2-2 as he heads out to the mound now in the bottom of the 2nd.
Two-run single to tie this game up. Now the Brewers are in a chance to win the series here thanks to Ryan Braun's tremendous catch to end the 7th inning, robbing a base hit and go-ahead run, and then it sparked a 3-run 8th inning rally. Now after the game, Ryan Braun said it was a season saver, and we talked to manager Craig Counsell about those comments. He said, well, that's maybe a little bold on Ryan's part with 43 games left in the season, but he said the reality is we're going to be saying that a lot this time of year. He said we're at the point in the season where all these games are obviously very meaningful games. Everyone understands where the teams are bunched up and what the games mean in terms of the standings, but really what the statement meant is that it was a very satisfying win for this team, the way they were able to flip the game, come from behind, put up those 3 runs in the 8th, especially being down late innings and showing some offense down there late in the game. So for Ryan Braun and Craig Counsell, certainly a great win, and we'll be talking a lot about these kinds of games here down the stretch, guys.
Well, it's fun when you can win them like that, that's for sure. And a guy like Ryan Braun, Rock, that's been around and done just about everything in his career except win a championship, you lay out for things like that, knowing that, you know, those little things can lead to that when you're now here in the month of August.
Yeah, he's enjoying what's going on out here with this ball club. And I think he's enjoying the fact that he's not got to be, he doesn't have to be that guy every single night. There's other players around Braun that if he doesn't get it done, somebody else is going to do it. That wasn't, you know, the case in the past. It usually was, you know, when the Brewers win when Ryan Braun is doing well. And that's not necessarily the case right now. I think Ryan's enjoying that.
Well, he's definitely healthy right now, maybe the healthiest he's been all season long, and the numbers don't lie. That's for sure with him. He's having quite a stretch post All-Star break. Out in left field today, Chase Anderson back on the hill, bottom of the second. He had a 38-pitch first inning and then came through with a 2 RBI single to tie the game. And he was on the base paths the rest of that inning, and took a nice long time getting refreshed and getting out of the sun for a moment before he came back out on the mound. That was about double the time between innings. And in heat like this, the umpires are going to allow a pitcher to catch his breath. First batter, though, Flowers dumps one into left field, a base hit, so a leadoff single here for the Braves.
A lot of offense so far tonight, or today. There's that cut fastball, I think, maybe curveball. It didn't do a whole lot, just stayed up in the zone. I think that's what it was. You know, the curveball right off the end of the bat because it was up in the zone. It's been kind of a grind for both of these starters so far.
Here's Dansby Swanson, Braves shortstop in the number 8 hole. Runner at first for Atlanta. Swanson a steady presence for Brian Snitker this season. 238 over there at short, but he does have 8 home runs and 40 RBIs. Batting in that number 8 spot for most of the year. Nine hits total in an inning and a half in this ball game already. We are tied 2-2. Here's the 2-strike pitch put in play, hit well right field, but Yelich will catch up to it. There's your first out here in the bottom of the second.
That's where you want to be, under that overhang right now. A hot sun here in Atlanta today.
Not a lot of seats in the shade in this ballpark. That overhang, not a big overhang. Miller Park's pretty much shaded every afternoon, at least down the right side, right?
Yeah.
Newcomb lays down the bunt. Aguilar will take care of it for the sacrifice. So a runner in scoring position, 2 down, top of the order now in Acuna.
This would be a nice inning for Chase Anderson to get through without giving up a run. Not only, you know, do you not want to allow the Atlanta Braves to take a lead, but after being out on the bases for so long, it'd be nice to be able to put up a 0 and go sit in that dugout for a little bit. It is a factor in weather like this.
Absolutely.
The heat. I don't care how old you are. It's a hot one. And the home plate umpires got it the worst of anybody.
Boy, there's often games like this. I don't know how they pull off 3 or 4 hours standing in this heat. Got the dark shirts.
Yeah, they got the black shirts on today. The black shirts, the gray pants.
Chad Whitson
absorbing all that heat today.
Yep, he's behind the plate. I'm sure the Friday and Saturday he's going, I see what the forecast is Sunday when I'm behind the plate.
Yeah, right.
Friday and Saturday were very pleasant nights here.
Back in the old days, this would be a day with a huge strike zone. Not anymore. They get graded these days, not back in the old days. All right, guys, it's hot today. Get up there and swing.
That's right.
It's true. And they would as much tell you that when you walk to the plate.
A couple of Brewer fans here using the program as a fan, like many others.
They'll say, you see me sweating here? What's that tell you?
That's right. Look at the color I'm wearing.
Yeah, you better get up here and swing.
Black pants and a black shirt on right now. 2-0. Big swing and a hack by Acuna. .30-year-old Chase Anderson in his 5th year as big league pitcher. He made his mark as a Milwaukee Brewer last year. This one hit long and far left field and gone. A 2-1 pitch with 2 down, a 2-run home run, and the Braves retake the lead 4-2. All of their runs today have been with 2 outs.
Back-to-back games with home runs for Acuna. This one way back in the left center last night, right down the left field line, and Chase knew it as soon as he hit it. A fastball that didn't quite get in far enough. Home run that he hit last night was middle in as well. Might not be a good spot to throw him.
15th home run of the year, as you mentioned, Rock, 2nd of the season, and Chase Anderson adds to his total of most home runs allowed this year. 24 now. Ironically for Anderson, 18 of those are solo shots.
Yeah, the rest of them are 2-run homers.
He's not allowed any 3-run home runs or a grand slam for that matter. His 100th career home run by Acuna there. This one to center Kane. And there's the final out. More runs though with 2 down, and the Braves on the home run take a 4-2 lead. Milwaukee, the Braves a 4-2 lead over the Brewers. A lot of runs early in this game, and take a look at our Powerball home run count for the Brewers as they're looking for a long ball today. 151 on the season. That's good for 2nd
in the National League. So the other night they had 5 in one game. Trying to get back on track here on the road with some home runs.
Yeah, have not hit a home run yet on this this road trip. 2 games in Atlanta. Good to see him win a game last night without the benefit of a home run ball.
Battle back late, trailing 2-1 for most of the game, and scored 3 in the 8th inning to win it 4-2. Ryan Braun had that big catch in that 7th inning to end a Braves threat and kind of set the stage for Milwaukee. That win got him within 2 games of the Cubs, who lost yesterday to the Nationals, and then regained a 1-game lead for the top of 2 playoff spots in that wild card chase over the Braves. So this is a big series, a big win by Milwaukee. In fact, the season series with the win last night, the Brewers have already won, despite what happens today against Atlanta, which is big if you're looking at the end of the year. As close as the National League race is all the way around, that those tiebreakers at some point, you know, are going to factor in.
And that's the first tiebreaker too. That's the first thing they look at if 2 teams going for the wild card have identical records head to head. Brewers have an advantage on most of the teams that are, you know, within reach of the wild card.
Yeah, if you count 7 teams within reach, the Brewers have a season series lead or win in 5 of those contests, and I'm not counting the Cubs at this point because the Brewers are 3-8 against Chicago, and there's 8 games left in that season series, so the Brewers would have to win 7 of 8 against Chicago the rest of the way to win that season series.
Well, it starts up on Tuesday, Wednesday at Wrigley Field. The Cubs and Nationals play tonight.
Yep. Got the Sunday night national game at 7 Central. Going to short. Bobbled once. Long throw, and they still get Braun. So 1 down here in the 3rd. It's a big road trip, trying to get a series win here in Atlanta, then on to Chicago after day off tomorrow. 2 games, 2-day games in Chicago, day off again Thursday in St. Louis, and then that 3-game series there against the Cardinals.
Got 4 more off days in the month of August, 4 more in September. Brewers are playing game number 121 today.
They played 6 more games than the Braves so far this year.
Yeah.
That's a whole week's worth.
Yep.
You hope those off days would be advantageous when squaring away your starting rotation.
And the Braves don't have the off days, but they have the schedule at home in their favor. This is part of a 10-game homestand. Then they go on the road for a week and then come back for another 10-game homestand. Bit of an advantage for them. If you don't have an off day, then you're best off just playing at home, right?
Yeah, doubleheader tomorrow for the Braves, so they'll start making up for those games that they're behind. Got Miami coming in. Perez battles at the plate. And this is what we've got left for Milwaukee. 42 games to go, 9 against the Pirates. Brewers have a losing record against the Pirates this year. 9 against the Reds, 8 against the Cubs, and 6 against the Cardinals. Got to take care of business within the division. And this one to right, base hit. Markakis thought about maybe diving for that one and pulled up, so a base hit for Perez with 1 down.
Yeah, really good job by Perez just to hit it where it was pitched. He lined out his first time up, and that one off the plate, fastball, one-handed swing, and dumps it into right field. Nice job of shortening up for Hernan, and he's rewarded with a base hit. That's a good approach.
Well, that's why he's in that rotation at shortstop. 3 different starters at shortstop in this series for Craig Counsell. Scope started there Friday, Arcia on Saturday, and then Perez today. And the way he's been hitting too, it it helps with some protection with Mike Moustakas, who Craig Counsell has gone Perez and then Moustakas in the lineup here in the last few days. Last games they played together anyway. Popped him up into foul territory. And Camargo makes the catch, 2 down.
Hey, be the first to know all the latest Brewers news with MLB At Bat, the official app of the Brewers. With At Bat, you get breaking news, live radio broadcasts, and lineup updates sent right to your fingertips. Download At Bat today, free for your smartphone or tablet.
All right, here's Scope with 2 down. And a runner at first. Reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. Scope still looking for that hitting stroke in a Brewer uniform. Just 5 hits since he joined the team. 36 at bats. You know he's got it in. He hit safely in 22 of his last 23 games as an Oriole before the trade to Milwaukee.
He got off to a slow start. He had some injuries that he was battling, and July was a terrific month for him.
At second base today, which he has played the majority of his career. And this one into center field. It'll fall for a base hit. So another base hit for Milwaukee. 2 down here in the third, 2 aboard.
And 7 hits already for the Brew Crew. Another fastball. It was in on Scope. He got jammed a bit, but able to fight it off into center field. Let's see if Manny can wrap one off that wall again. Tie this one up.
Boy, he hit it a ton into right center. At one hop the wall his first time up. He ended up scoring on Chase Anderson's single. So Manny has scored one of the 2 Brewer runs here early in the ball game. See if he can pull off an RBI. Low ball 1. Pena with a big play behind the plate as well, throwing out Acuna in that first inning. And that certainly helped because after that, the Braves scored 2 runs.
Yeah, 3 consecutive hits right after that.
Ball and a strike to the Brewer catcher. Strike zone there, and Pena misses.
Yeah, right at the top of the zone at 92. Got a slider that didn't do a whole lot his first time up and hit it off the wall in right center.
Newcomb ahead of ball and 2 strikes. 2 down here in the Brewer third, 2 aboard. Line outside, 2-2 now.
They've been a grind for Newcomb as well. Brewers have had scoring opportunities in each of the first 3 innings.
A lot of hits, a lot of base runners. 7 hits and a walk surrendered, and we're not through 3. And this one to short, and Pena's going to be retired, and that'll be the inning. Brewers again threatened with 2 down, but come up short. They've left 2 aboard in each of the first 3 innings.
Abraham, voted best, rated best. Hubie and Abraham, tell them you mean business. By Miller Lite, great taste in only 96 calories. And by Menards, save big money at Menards and all your home improvement needs. Hot and humid in Hotlanta, and the Braves lead the Brewers 4-2. Bottom of the third we go. But first, Brewer fans, you can't catch games on TV. You can stream them live on your mobile device with Fox Sports Go. Download the app and take Fox Sports Wisconsin Brewers baseball wherever you go. Always available. With that humidity. Ooh, it is hot on the field here at Atlanta. I'm sure both starting pitchers have felt it in a 4-2 game. A lot of runs early here at SunTrust Park. Chase Anderson back out on the hill. His team trails 4-2 to the Braves as Atlanta goes to bat. Freddie Freeman will lead off. First pitch into right field. Yelich got a late start and makes the catch. Nice play by Christian Yelich. Nice recovery.
And one of those sinking liners from Freddie Freeman had some top spin on it. But he's hit the ball hard both times into right field. Yep, he's able to get that glove under that baseball before it hits the ground. Braves are taking a look at it, but that one pretty obvious. Nice play by Christian.
Former Gold Glove winner. Big sunglasses out there. Big specs there today.
Speaking of Gold Glove, did you see that throw yesterday by that A's center fielder?
Yeah.
Ramon Laureano.
I don't know if I've seen a ball thrown further than that. I mean,
Deep center field.
He's like against the wall in deep center, left center.
Yeah, all the way to on a fly to first base to double off a runner. Incredible throw.
There's Nick Markakis. And Anderson ahead 2 strikes quickly.
There's some guys in the game these days with just incredible skills. I mean, throwing arms like we've never seen before. I mean, the number of guys that have arms like that, that's incredible. These guys can throw. Talk about Camargo, the third baseman, you know, for the Braves. One of the best arms in the infield.
Yeah, not only rock the powerful arm, but the accuracy. I mean, you need to have the accuracy to make those kind of plays.
There's a good changeup. Good to see that pitch coming around for Chase.
Let's go down to Sophia now. She's got the video at her fingertips down there. Sophia?
Yeah, well, you guys were talking about that catch, and here's a look at it on our T-Mobile Built for Baseball. As you guys said, almost up against the wall there on the track, Ramon Laureano, and this throw went 321 feet to first base to get the double play. Arguably the best catch and throw you will see all year. That was part of a 7-0 win for the A's, and he's had an impressive week. He just came up at the start of the month, and his first major league hit was a walk-off win for Oakland, a 1-0 win. So Ramon Laureano certainly opening up some eyes with the A's.
That's one of those Bo Jackson type throws. Remember Bo Jackson when he was in the outfield?
Oh, yeah.
Incredible arm.
Very athletic. The first 1-2-3 inning of the game. A quick inning, much needed for Chase Anderson. We head to the 4th.
by the Wisconsin Lottery, reminding you to please play responsibly. By Ascension, coming together to give healthcare a better name. We are Ascension. And by Wisconsin Dells, the water park capital of the world. Back here at Atlanta, 4-2 as we go to the top of the fourth. The Braves lead the Brewers here on Fox Sports Wisconsin. The Brewers 2 runs on 7 hits. The Braves 4 runs on 5 hits. And Sean Newcomb back out on the hill. How about that last quick inning for Chase Anderson? A quick 1-2-3 inning.
And you got the last out on a curveball. That's good to see. Camargo on a little comebacker.
8 pitches is all Chase Anderson needed, and he leads off here in the bottom of the fourth. He's responsible for the Brewer offense. A 2 RBI single back in the second inning for Chase's first RBIs of the season. Wade Miley with a hit as the Brewers starter in yesterday's game as well. So the starting pitching staff doing their part lately.
Yeah, starting to swing the bat pretty well. More importantly, dropping their bunts down. That's what you expect out of your pitchers. The hits are the bonus.
0-2 strikes to Anderson, and he strikes out. Chase not going to attempt any run out of there as the ball hits the ground. So 1 down for Newcomb here in the fourth. It's only his second strikeout of the game. Top of the order now, Lorenzo Cain. Cain singled back in the second inning. 1 for 2 so far in today's game. Guys last night calling the game on FS1. Rock marveling at Cain's speed in that 8th inning, scoring from first. Brewers have some terrific base runners, and Cain and Yelich especially. Hard hit into left field, base hit for Cain. Second hit of the ball game for the Brewer All-Star center fielder.
Well, let's see if Lorenzo can get a jump, because with that good speed comes good percentage in stolen bases. Curveball that stayed up, and Lorenzo doing a real good job staying back. Just out of the reach of Swanson, it's short. A 1-out single. The Brewers are racking up the hits. All of them singles except for Pena's double.
Yelich into right, base hit. Cain rounding second on his way to third. Yelich a big turn. He'll hold it first. And the Brewers now a threat here with 1 down as their top of the order is aboard.
And it's one of those days for Newcomb. He doesn't have very good command. I mean, getting a lot of the play with his pitches. The Brewers taking advantage of it. That one was supposed to be away, but ends up inner half. You can see where it ends up, and Yelich able to sneak it by Freeman. And missed his spot, and Yelich able to make him pay for it.
That's the first hit of the series for Christian Yelich. It snaps an 0 for 14 string. Well, as hot as he was for about a full month, got cooled off a bit. We'll see if that'll get him going.
That's the way it goes. I mean, you can't stay as hot as he was for as long as he was. You're going to go into spells. It comes and goes throughout the year.
There's Aguilar, who singled back in the first. Well, Yelich was hitting at what, a 450, 460 clip for nearly a month.
Right.
Unbelievable numbers.
Even when he doesn't hit, though, he finds a way to help you win. He'll take a walk. He'll steal a base. Play good defense for you. What do you do for your team when you're not getting hits? That's the big question. Yelich helps a lot.
Find your way to be a teammate in another way, and there's a lot of those guys playing for Milwaukee right now. 2-0 to Aguilar. There's a strike. Brewers first baseman 1 for 2 in this game. Single back in the first. Has runners in the corners. Curveball misses way high, 3-1. Powerball home run leaderboard, Aguilar with 28 to lead this club. Shaw has 23. Shaw on the bench to start this one out. High fly ball drifting into foul territory on the right side. So the count goes full to Jesus Aguilar.
And really the only pitch that Newcomb's been able to throw consistently, you know, most of the time where he wants it is the fastball. You know, the off-speed stuff has not been there for him. Chase Anderson has been struggling with his off-speed pitches as well. So you figure he's going to get a fastball here, not the curveball.
Here's the pitch. And this one hit to right field a ton, all the way back and gone. Home run for Jesus Aguilar. A 3-run pop. And Milwaukee takes its first lead of the game.
Just so strong, Jesus Aguilar. We've been seeing it all season long. 2-strike approach for Jesus. And you know, there was a stretch after the All-Star break that he was not able to go to right field with much authority, but that's changing now. Curveball on a 3-2 pitch, and Aguilar with a nice easy swing. It's a jet stream out of here to right field. He got it up there and knocked it out of here, and the Brewers take a lead. Just incredible power to the opposite field. 108 miles an hour almost off the bat.
For Milwaukee. And Ryan Braun, first pitch left field, a base hit. And he is not stopping, all the way into second base. Sliding double for Ryan Braun. A hustle double.
How about that? I mean, he's playing inspired baseball right now as Ryan Braun. I tell you, it's the Arte. He's made a couple of mistakes out there today. He threw to third base when he shouldn't have. Allowed Kane to get to second with 2 outs. Let's check it out. First pitch again. Braun able to get it out over the plate, and he's not even thinking about slowing down. Only 1 out, and he chugs around into second base and makes it easily.
How about Ryan Braun? Big catch yesterday, a single and a double today. 18th double of the season. And Ryan Braun came into today batting .375 over his last 14 games. You can add to those totals here today.
I think it's one of the reasons, you know, he's feeling good, but I think the off days that Craig Counsell's giving him is really helping. Helping him to stay healthy, stay strong, and he is certainly playing inspired baseball right now.
Well, he didn't start in Friday's game. He started yesterday, starting this afternoon. Monday is a day off, so all this works well in the calendar right now. There's action in that Atlanta bullpen now as Newcomb has allowed 11 hits. Perez thinking about bunting. 1 down here. And there's a lookout in that bullpen. Allard's out there. Another lefty. Perez 1 for 2, singled his last time up back in the third. And he pushes a bunt towards first. Is he going to make it? There he is, a base hit. Braun moves to third, and everything rolling right now for Milwaukee here in the 4th inning.
That's just a good play right there. I mean, he's able to get it by the pitcher. Freddie Freeman has to vacate the bag to field the bunt, and there's no way you're going to get him. He runs too well, not even close. And once again, the Brewers set up first and third, 1 out. That's 5 consecutive hits now in the inning. 12 in the game.
The Brewers got to Newcomb in Milwaukee last month at Miller Park. He lasted just 3 2/3 innings, 5 earned runs allowed in that one, but he only gave up 5 hits. Today, 12. And this ball gets past the catcher Flowers, and Perez able to move up to second base. So 2 runners in scoring position with 1 down.
That Brewers really aggressive on the bases. They're taking it to the Atlanta Braves, putting the pressure on. That's going to be a pass ball. Perez able to get in safely, eliminates the possibility of a double play anyway on the ground ball.
Moustakas reached in the second inning on a walk, officially 0 for 1. And the Brewers jumping all over Newcomb now. 3 runs in, 2 runners in scoring position, only 1 out here in the 4th. And the infield is coming in with those runners in scoring position, especially with Braun over there at third. Moustakas spoils one. The 15th game as a Milwaukee Brewer for Mike Moustakas. Came over on July 27th from Kansas City. And he has made an immediate impact. Moustakas dumps one into left, and it's going to be caught out there. Nice play by Acuna. And Ryan Braun can't go anywhere. That one wasn't hit deep enough.
Yeah, hit it like a bullet, but right at Acuna. That's kind of a tough break from Moustakas. Pretty good at bat, lefty versus lefty. Hit it right on the barrel. Acuna didn't even basically had to move for it.
Smile out there for him. Well, the Braves have scored all of their runs with 2 outs. It's 2 outs here for Milwaukee. Runners at second and third. They have stranded at least 2 runners in each of the first 3 innings. See what Scope can do with 2 down. Fouls that first pitch straight back. Blaze Pizza at the plate. Jonathan Scope 1 for 2 in this game. Single and a run scored. He's got 2 RBIs as a Brewer. How about 2 more here?
And 2 RBIs came on the 1 hit. That was back at Miller Park.
He has come through so many times in his career in situations just like this. That's why the Brewers went out and made a deal to bring him in for the stretch run. 1-1. That went out of the zone. He chased it. Now he's behind a ball and 2 strikes. Each inning has gotten a little worse for Sean Newcomb as far as the work he has had to do against Brewer hitters. They've done a nice job against him.
Yeah, next pitch number 90 here in the 4th inning.
Here's the 1-2 and Scope. Did he offer? No. Able to check his swing.
Pretty close right there.
Mark Wegner, the first base umpire.
Looked like that one could have gone either way.
Two runners out there for Scope. Here's the 2-2. I just misses. Full count now. 5th full count batter that has drawn Newcomb here in this situation with Manny Pena waiting on deck. And he walks him. So the bases are now loaded for the Brewer catcher Manny Pena.
I can't imagine you're going to stick with him much longer. It has been a grind to say the least for Newcomb today. Well, maybe Brian Snitker is going to allow him to get himself out of this mess if he can. Going to give him a chance anyway.
Brewers have batted around here in the 4th inning. Manny Pena, the 9th batter. 3 runs are home, bases loaded, 2 down. That one way inside, the curveball missing.
He hasn't had much of a curveball today. That curveball slider not very good for him. I haven't seen many change-ups. One of those days.
Pena doubled and scored a run back in the 2nd. That one right down the middle to even the count. Newcomb 6'5", 255. It's been a stretch here for his efforts against Milwaukee. 9th batter here of the 4th inning. Two balls and a strike now to Pena.
Well, if you're Manny Pena, you're thinking fastball. That's really the only thing he's been able to throw consistently where he wants it. Coming in.
This one popped up right side, and Freeman's got room in foul territory. At the Brewers' plate, 3 runs on 1 easy swing from their all-star first baseman. One of the National League's best power hitters puts Milwaukee out in front, 5-4. Man in sports, you get opinion that cuts through the hype. Catch Speak for Yourself with Colin Cowherd and Jason Whitlock weekdays at 4 Central only on FS1. Yeah, it's provocative, proactive. It's everything, isn't it, Rock?
Potato, what's the difference?
Oh, there's Jesus Aguilar. He had the big home run, of course, and the Brewers are out in front 5-4 with his 29th round tripper.
Well, big inning for Chase Anderson. He was able to get some rest on that bench. They got to put up a 0. The team just came back for him. Good time for a 0. Got the bottom of the order coming up.
Here's Inciarte. 5 runs, 12 hits already for Milwaukee through 4 innings. .62 pitches now for Chase Anderson here in the 4th. He only needed 8 to get through that last inning, the 3rd inning. And the game's only 1, 2, 3 innings so far. Well, if he can settle in and get another 1 or 2 of those 1, 2, 3s going.
A good time to start putting all his pitches together.
This one hit hard right to Yelich as he floats over to make the game the first out here in the 4th inning.
Yeah, start him out with a curveball. That's always a good sign. You know, guys starting the inning off with a breaking pitch. Back-to-back curveballs and getting Inciarte on a fly ball to right.
And Jennings out of that Brewer bullpen. Jacob Barnes as well starting to get loose. Not taking any chances here this afternoon.
Yeah,
It's
double barrel action in the 4th inning. Not often you see that.
I got to imagine the pitch count starting to rise a bit, but the heat may have a lot to do with that today.
Yeah, he's at 64. That 3rd inning helped him out a lot in that regard.
Again, just 8 pitches in that inning. Here's Flowers, who singled back in the 2nd. This game's been back and forth. Atlanta had an early 2-0 lead in the 1st inning. This one popped up in foul territory. Pena, a chance? No. Just behind the screen.
Yeah, not a lot of foul territory in this ballpark. Fans are right on top of the action.
It was an early lead for the Braves, and the Brewers were able to tie it back up. Then Atlanta took a 4-2 lead, and then the 3-run home run by Aguilar, and it's 5-4 as we sit now. A lot of scoring, a lot of hits, a lot of base runners, and we're only in the 4th. Chase Anderson, 5 of his 7 losses have come with the team scoring 2 runs or fewer. So he'll take these 5 today.
I'll take advantage of it.
And Anderson with a strikeout, so 2 down.
And 3rd strikeout for Chase. Yeah, this one coming on a fastball right on the edge, so doubled up on the fastball in the outside corner. He got the swing and miss. So important to be able to land those off-speed pitches, and that's what makes the fastball more effective. Keep them off your fastball, and you throw curveball, change up for strikes. He's had a pretty good cutter today too, as well.
Here's Dansby Swanson, the shortstop.
Some guys that cutter's better than the other. Got a good break on it, late break. Going in on lefties. He threw a couple of them to Freeman.
Swanson, the number 8 hitter. Sean Newcomb, the pitcher. The number 9 spot, they've got Ryan Flaherty in the on-deck circle right now.
Man, no surprise there. It just wasn't Newcomb's day today.
Twelve hits allowed by Newcomb. That's the most allowed by Newcomb in his career. The 5 runs also tie a season high for the 4th time now, the 5 earned runs. Twice, half of those by Milwaukee. 2 starts ago, he was a strike away from a no-hitter. And has done very well the day after his team loses this season. The team is 8-1 when he's out on the mound after a loss. They lost last night's game.
Yeah, with an earned run average of 182 in those situations like he was today. And earned run average going to go up a bit.
Here's the 1-2. Just missing high and inside. First career start for Chase Anderson in Atlanta. 2-0 in his career against the Braves. Here's the 2-2. Missing high again. Fifth time Chase has been in a full count pitch. Three balls and 2 strikes as Swanson waits again. 2 down here in the 4th. And Anderson walks him. So a 2-out walk. And here comes Ryan Flaherty to pinch hit in the number 9 spot for the pitcher Sean Newcomb.
Yeah, Brewers doing a good job getting into that Braves bullpen, which is what you want to do against this team. Their starters have been terrific this year, particularly Newcomb. It's one of those days for him. Now the Brewers able to, maybe like they did yesterday, get to that bullpen for Atlanta. They are going to be actively involved early, and that's not good news for the Braves. They have a doubleheader tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Got Miami coming in here. And it's not going to be a day-night doubleheader either. It's going to be the traditional back-to-back doubleheaders. All right, here's Flaherty with the runner at first.
Not the only left-handed bat on the bench for the Braves. You got 3 right-handers over there yet. Culberson, Adam Duvall, and Suzuki, the backup catcher, or the other catcher, I should say.
Flaherty at .230 on the season. Down to strike to Anderson. Now it's 0-2.
Yep, fastball and changeup had him chasing this pitch. Yeah, good movement going away off the plate.
Here's the 0-2 to Flaherty. Check swing fouled away. I mentioned earlier the Braves have played 6 fewer games than Milwaukee. I don't ever remember speaking language like that this time in August before.
Yeah, a lot of games. Lost a lot of games. The Braves, more off days early in the season than the Brewers. But the Brewers are fortunate because this is when you need your off days. August and September. You don't need them in April and May.
Again, the 0-2. Inside, he misses. Check the runner over at first. Again, just a 1-run game right now, so the tying run on base for the Braves. Derek Johnson, the Brewer pitching coach, got his multicolored pen in action today. Anderson misses low and away.
Color-coded notes.
That's right.
Easy to identify.
I stick with red. How many colors do you use on your book? Two?
Two. Black and red.
Don't use green or blue for anything?
No.
Here's the 2-2, and he strikes him out.
No green or
So
blue.
that's not a red K. You're going to circle it?
No.
All right.
No.
Just checking. Anderson is fourth strikeout. 5-4 Brewers.
Brewers with a 5-4 lead as we head to the fifth. And once again this season, Brewers Community Foundation partnered with its players, coaches, wives, alumni, and other team personnel to continue the Beyond the Diamond campaign, a series of community outreach events benefiting the areas of health, education, recreation, and basic needs throughout the greater Milwaukee area. And an update for you on starter Zach Davies, who last night made a minor league rehab appearance with the Biloxi Shuckers in AA. He would go 5 innings, give up 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts on 86 pitches. And Craig Counsell said he hadn't yet gotten a report on how Davies made it through that inning, but they are planning on him making 1 more minor league rehab appearance next week. With AAA, the Colorado Springs Sky Sox, he'll likely make that start in Iowa, but he will rejoin the team in Chicago to check in with the guys. And he last started for the team all the way back on May 29th against the Cardinals. So Craig Counsell saying that obviously health is important, but also they really just need Davies to get onto a routine of pitching every 5 days. He said with him going 86 pitches in his last start, they'll need him to do that again in order to continue building up before he can rejoin the team.
Well, he may have to take note here because when he comes back, he may be called in to pinch hit because we have Yolis Chacin pinch hitting for Chase Anderson, which you don't see very often, a starting pitcher pinch hitting for a starting pitcher.
Yeah, and you wonder what's going on because Chase did get a hit his first time up, and I guess it's a little early for Craig Counsell to start using his bench. He's got 4 on the bench. Shaw, Thames, left-handers. Kratz and Arcia from the right side.
And we are only in the 5th inning here, so interesting scenario and choices. Luke Jackson out on the hill.
Yeah, fourth different stint with the Atlanta Braves this year. Luke Jackson, 21st appearance, 370 earned run average. We saw him in last night's game, a scoreless inning. He's one of those guys that can give you multiple innings, which is probably why he's in here in the 5th inning.
So in the heat, both starting pitchers last 4 innings. Newcomb allowed 5 earned runs and Chase Anderson 4. And Chacin strikes out. So an interesting scenario midway through the game as Chacin pinch hits for Chase Anderson, providing some options perhaps later in the game as this one is close at 5-4. Corey Knebel now warming up in the Brewer bullpen.
Yep, only 5th inning. Craig Counsell said he's going to get him into spots where he can get some work, middle to latter part of the game. Trying to get that curveball going.
There's Lorenzo Cain, top of the order now for Milwaukee.
I would imagine Yoeli Chassin, last thing he thought he was going to do when he woke up and jumped on the bus to the ballpark today, pinch hit in a game today.
I don't think he mentioned that to us today.
I bet he already had his cleats packed in his bag, getting ready to go to Chicago. Had to go dig them out.
Big question is, whose bat did he use then? It's not a day for him to have the bats out, right?
Right. Those things might have already been on the plane. Not sure if pitchers have their own bat bag. Every other player, all the position players have their own bag.
Maybe they lease out some space.
Carry about maybe all the pitchers have one bag. That could be it. I'm gonna have to look into that.
Actually, pretty good thought right there, though.
Might have to
big bat bag that just has a big P on it.
Yeah, might have to text down the clubhouse and get an answer to that question. Every position player has their own bat bag and carries about a dozen bats in it.
There's Yoeli. They're talking about that at bat.
Chassin saying, you know what, just one more shot, I would have gotten a hit. Nice chat with Soria over there and Freddie Peralta.
And Cain into right, punches it through for a base hit. 13 hits now in the ball game for the Brewers, and we're only in the 5th.
Yeah, and a really good piece of hitting by Lorenzo Cain. How many times have we said that this year? His slider outer half and just goes right with it. Doesn't try and pull it. Thinking right field all the way and shoots that hole into right field.
That's the 3rd hit for Lorenzo Cain here today. 3 for 4 with a run scored already for the Brewers leadoff hitter. Here's Christian Yelich, who singled and scored back in the 4th. We'll check Cain over at first. 21 stolen bases already on the season for Lorenzo Cain. 6th in the league. In fact, Cain has 20 stolen bases for the 4th time in his career. Did it a year ago with 26 back in 2015. In 2014 he had 28 in each of those seasons for his single season career high.
Yep, 21 out of 27 in stolen bases.
Flowers behind the plate at the ready as they try to keep Cain close. He's 5 of 27 throwing out base runners.
Kind of below average.
And again, close play at first.
Of course, you don't know if that's the catcher or the pitcher is not holding runners. I'm a big fan of that catching gear, particularly that chest protector. Got a little camouflage on it. Stars and stripes.
That's a great honor right there. Outside Yelich evens the count, a ball and a strike.
Got the sun visor in the catcher's mask. And he's got the glasses on. I'll tell you, these guys, they can style. That's a good look.
It's amazing what they put together. It's fun with our opportunities to see these guys with all their gear near the entrance of the walkway through the dugouts. You get a real good look at how technical things are, everything that goes into it, the detail.
And how complicated it is to get everything from point A to point B. That's Jason Schauger's job, the Brewers equipment manager, all the different uniforms that they have to pack. The specialty uniforms, you know, the special days that they have. Sometimes they're on the road as well. All the bats, the cleats, the bags, all the training equipment. It is truly amazing the amount of equipment and other things that travel with the team on a daily basis.
When the Brewers were out west at San Francisco, Los Angeles, came back from that LA game at what, 5, 6 in the morning. The next day when they started their homestand, they had the Negro League uniforms that they wore for that Friday night. So there's a completely different set there. To give you an example, Kane on the move, and this time he's caught.
That's a perfect throw by Flowers, right on the money. And you can't do it any better than that. If that throw is at all high, he's going to be safe. And Brewers are going to take a look at it. Kane hasn't budged from second base, but this is perfect throw. Close at second base. And Craig Counsell still looking back to see if they want to challenge. And he does.
Well, it's a 5-4 game. It's close. And if you have Lorenzo Cain out at second base, that's still a huge, huge threat. Even bigger with Yelich still in his at-bat.
Look at the throw right on the money. The question is, where's the tag made? Right there, and where's the hand? You can't tell on that angle. But look at Swanson. I mean, literally straddling the bag. He's on his knee. And had he been in front of the bag at all and had to reach back, Kane would have been safe. So that's a combination right there of a good throw and a good tag.
And how about Kane? His left hand never comes off the bag while the glove and ball are applied to his body.
I don't think he tagged him on the arm. I think he tagged him on the chest, and that's what I think the umpires in New York are looking at. If he gets him on the arm, he's out for sure. He does not. But what I'm impressed by is the way Swanson let that ball carry right to the bag. If he reaches for it and has to tag him back or reach back for the tag, he's safe easily.
Well, and he let his glove arm and the momentum go all the way through to Lorenzo Cain's chest and shoulder. Never tagged his arm, it doesn't look like.
No. It's going to be close.
I think we saw from another angle, I don't think the glove ever did tag his arm. Clearly it doesn't tag there.
And I am officially at this point out of the predicting game on these reviews.
You can't predict. That's a great point.
Yeah, no opinion. You can see what the umpires are looking at, and they're going to call him out. But that's a terrific tag by Dansby Swanson, just by allowing the ball to get to him and not reaching for it. That's the only reason Kane is called out. So that's the way it's supposed to be done. You don't see that very often.
Call stands, so Kane is out, caught stealing. Review time about 1:35. So Yelich now with 2 down in a 2-2 count here in the 5th inning. Base is empty. Count runs full. Yelich able to check his swing. Lorenzo Cain's a lot more successful than he is unsuccessful on the base paths. That was a rarity. But it was also a perfect throw. Yelich the other way. And this one hit a ton, but just fouled.
Yeah, perfect throw and a perfect tag. I mean, that was the only way he was going to be out, and that's what happened. Executed beautifully by the Atlanta Braves. It has to be the chest protector.
A little power behind there.
It's awesome. Love it.
Country well represented right there. Yelich's first hit earlier today snapped an 0 for 14 string. And this time he draws the walk, so good at bat for Christian Yelich.
Well, we talk about the stars and stripes on the chest protector. Did you check out the anthem singer today, the young lady?
Yeah, she was
Neely
very good.
Webster. How about the outfit she had on?
So check out what she does at the end.
Full flag.
Very nice.
Lifts the arm, full flag out there. Way to go, young lady. Well done.
Yeah, she really did a wonderful, wonderful job. Nice voice, very strong and confident. Speaking of strong and confident, here's Jesus Aguilar. Big 3-run home run back in the 4th inning. That's been the difference of the game so far, and we're only midway through. 5-4 Milwaukee. They had trailed 4-2.
They have 29 home runs now and 86 RBIs for the big fella. Check this out. Breaking pitch, a curveball with 2 strikes. Just kind of serves it out there, and that ball didn't take long to get out of here. Way back in right center. Typical Jesus Aguilar. Still another 2-strike home run for him. What's that, 16?
16. 29 homers overall now for Aguilar and 86 RBIs. As his stellar season continues. I mentioned the numbers for August for his batting average anyway. Pretty low, but he's starting to pick it up and definitely starting to get a home run swing back.
Well, it goes back to him allowing the ball to travel and hitting the ball to right field. That's the beginning and the ending for him. I mean, he was kind of reaching for the baseball a little bit right after the All-Star break, getting out in front, rolling over, hitting ground balls to short. That's just not his game. He is not a dead pull hitter by any stretch.
He could do it, but boy, he utilizes all fields.
Yeah.
First home run of the series for Milwaukee, by the way, that home run by Aguilar. 2-2 now to the big Brewer first baseman.
And you can see him working on it, even on the homestand. I mean, just trying to stay back in batting practice, drive the ball to the right side of second base, not necessarily for power, but just trying to hit line drives in that direction. And he knows it. He knows what he's doing and the things he needs to correct.
This one to right and deep to the wall, off the wall. Here comes another run. Aguilar trots into second base. And another RBI in the game for Aguilar. He's got 4. Yelich scores. And how about the walk he drew? Milwaukee now leads 6-4.
And another 2-strike hit for the big fella. Jesus Aguilar able to drive that one off the wall. You know what? That's a routine fly ball for most hitters. I mean, you get out in front like that. Check it out. A little bit out in front, a nice easy swing, and for most hitters that's an F9. A fly out, but he's so strong the ball just keeps carrying off the wall out there in right, and Christian Yelich often running on contact with 2 outs. Another RBI for Jesus.
Brewers lead now grows to 2 here in the 5th inning. Ryan Braun with a runner at scoring position and Jesus Aguilar, but first pitch right to short. And that'll end the Brewer 5th inning here that began with Ulysse Chacin as a pinch hitter. Jesus Aguilar with an RBI double. Miller Lite. Great taste and only 96 calories. And by Toyota. Let's go places. Back here in Atlanta, part of the Braves Hall of Fame inside the ballpark here. Brewers lead at 6-4. And inside, the Brewers with that lead, and they'll go to Corey Knebel, who will start the 5th inning out of the bullpen. Chase Anderson, 4 innings for him as the starter. And some unfamiliar territory here for Corey Knebel in the 5th inning.
Now just got to figure it out. He's just got to be able to throw more strikes. He did not retire a batter his last time out. That was Thursday against the Padres. Took his 3rd loss of the year. And 4 runs and only 1 hit. It was the walks that got him. He's got to figure out that curveball. That's a big pitch for him.
And it's going to be top of the order for the Braves. Acuna will lead off against Corey Knebel. This one into that Brewer shift. Perez.
Now you talk about low stress innings for Corey Knebel. Although it's not the 9th inning, it's still only a 2-run lead for the Brewers. And it's still a very important inning. So, you know, to say that they're meaningless innings that he's pitching is not accurate. This is just as important as 5th inning as the 9th inning. You got to keep the opposition off the board.
I know the other day Craig Counsell used the terms he wanted to put him in situations to be successful. I mean, you can say you can be successful in the 9th inning as the closer, but really the only way you're successful is if you close out and win the game. If you blow it, then you're not successful. And he wants to put him in situations.
It's really
low pressure.
That's
if
really
nothing else.
That's really a tough thing to define, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
Situation to be successful. He's in here in the 5th inning, a 2-run lead, and the top of the order coming up. It's not exactly a breeze situation to deal with.
Never is in this game.
No.
Here's Albies.
But if Corey Knebel can get that curveball going, just even a little bit like he had it going last year, he's going to be fine. There it is right there. That's the curveball. Still doesn't have, you know, the same break. It's not breaking down and as sharp as it was a year ago. There it is.
There's a strikeout for Knebel.
Beautiful pitch. Good curveball getting Albies. That was a much better curveball than the one before. When he's got that working, he can throw that at any time, any count. You know, a couple of the walks that he issued against San Diego on Thursday were 3-2 curveballs that, you know, last year he would have dropped in the strike zone for strike 3. You know, this year not so much.
It's Freddie Freeman. There's a fastball. Strike 1. How do you come out of the gates if you're Corey Knebel in the game plan with Derek Johnson here, though, to establish that? Right?
Well, maybe just not throw as hard. Maybe try more for location. You know, don't try and, you know, throw that perfect curveball. Maybe take a little bit off of it to throw it for strikes. Sometimes guys can throw too hard. You know, Corey was throwing 98 miles an hour, and the last time out, normally he's throwing strikes, but you know, that last outing, throwing hard, but just couldn't find the plate.
That one got a piece of his catcher, Manny Pena. That was at 97. That's the hardest he's thrown this inning. And
yeah, you don't want to show that one again.
Manny's got to regroup.
Every catcher watching knows what this feels like.
It's not hot enough already in the mid-90s here with the humidity and working with the gear on and already taking all the nicks.
I thought Jonathan Lucroy got hit by a lot of foul tips, you know, when he was here, but I think Manny's got him beat. And this one gets him in the worst possible spot.
Right, the Brewer trainer out there trying to help Manny out best way he can.
It'll go away, you hope. It's still not a lot of sensations going through Manny Pena right now, and
he's had a terrific game here in all aspects. He's already thrown out a base runner, and that came before, in the first inning, the Braves were able to get the lead and plate 2 runs. So he saved a run there. And then he's also come through with a double and scored a run in this game. Here's his work behind the plate as he gets Acuna.
Watch how quickly he gets rid of this baseball, right on the money. That's where a lot of guys take the throw, up in front of the bag. That's where Perez took it.
And Manny is really trying to fight through it and stay in the game, obviously.
Yeah, this one got him pretty good. I mean, there are some that are worse than others. And, you know, that one kind of rung the bell pretty good.
Even Freddie Freeman knew it.
Yeah.
It's tough to be right there no matter who you are.
You got to be tough. I mean, that's about as bad as it gets. He's going to be okay, you hope.
He's still feeling it, though. You know that.
Freddie's saying, I'm sorry. That doesn't help either.
And he's going, you're hitting 318. What'd you hit me for? Put it in play. So Manny toughs it out. Good to see. And Corey Knebel's inning here continues. He retired the first 2 batters, got Albies to strike out ahead of Freeman. Here's the 1-2. And this one poked in the left the opposite way. It falls in. Freeman makes a big turn on his way to second. Braun's throw is going to be off target. And Freeman with a 2-out double off Corey Knebel.
Yeah, pretty good hitter, isn't he? I mean, the way he fights that off, he's got a lot of base hits in that direction. Fastball 97 down the middle of the plate. You see Manny setting up outside. Corey left it down the middle. Freeman fights it off. Didn't hit it all that hard, but it dumps it in the left. A couple of hustle doubles for Freddie Freeman today.
All right, so Freeman at second. Markakis now the batter. First pitch, right field, all the way to the wall. Here comes a run for the Braves, and Markakis wastes no time. RBI double. Another 2-out run for the Braves. All 5 of their runs with 2 outs.
Yep, and a lot of them have come with 2 outs and nobody on, and then the Braves start to put a rally together. Did it in the first inning, and now doing it here in the 5th. Ground ball strikeout, double on a fastball in at 95, and Markakis shows you why he's the league's leader in hitting. Rips one down the right field line.
Here's Camargo. RBI single back in the first. Markakis, by the way, a double and a triple. Each RBI hits so far in this game. He's out at second right now. There's the curveball. 0-2. That's where you like to see it effective. Get him to swing.
Get it over the plate, down in the zone.
Tying run out at second base. This one slap foul in the net. A lot of runs this game has slowed down the pace here in the heat of Atlanta. We're in the 5th. Again, the 0-2. The one foul. This has to be about as early as we can ever remember Knebel working in a game.
Yeah, when he first came up, maybe. But it's been a while.
Nice block by Pena on the curve again, into the dirt. Ball and 2 strikes. These guys have played for 2 hours and 15 minutes, and we're only in the 5th inning in this. I mean, it is hot and humid today. Got to wonder if that had any effect on the starting pitchers. Both Newcomb and Anderson only go 4 innings today. Again, the 1-2 to the right side. Nice stop by Scope for the final out. A tough offense for Corey Knebel to get through. The Braves do plate 1. A 6-5 Brewers lead through 5.
Looked like one on Saturday, August 25th. First 10,000 fans, 21 and older, will take home an authentic Brewers Brewmaster shirt, courtesy of the Miller Brewing Company. For tickets, go to brewers.com.
Was that the same Brewmaster shirt you wore with Matt?
I am a legitimate brewmaster.
I know that. That's why I want to know.
Myself and Matty.
Did you get a shirt like that embroidered with your name on it?
I did not get a shirt, although Hader and Williams got one. I was promised one, but I guess the mail a little slow.
Jackson back on to work here in the 6th against Milwaukee. It's Perez leading off.
Did you have a chance to sample the beers?
I did not, actually. I was a little disappointed. By the time it became, you know, our time zone of the day after work, none left. Perez down the line, fair ball. All the way into the corner. Perez on his way to second. Big turn there. He's going to hold and be satisfied with the leadoff double.
He's seeing the ball well today. That whistles one down the left field line. Got a line drive into right field. He lined out the third base. So yeah, it's been a good day at the plate for Hernan Perez. And a slider that stayed middle in, actually in off the plate, kind of hung up there, and he hits a bullet down the line. There's a good start to the 6th.
3-hit day for Perez. A couple of singles and now a double.
Balk.
And a balk call. Brewers will take that. Runner at third, nobody out. Lots of ways to get Perez in from there. Mike Moustakas, the only Brewer right now without a hit.
What'd you
right
say?
on cue.
What'd you say?
RBI single for Moustakas, his first hit of the game, the 16th for the Brewers today. We've had a lot of on cues today.
You
by
say
the
that
way.
more often.
We got Chase Anderson.
You should have said that when I was playing. Curveball right there, right down the middle. So, you know, Jackson getting a lot of the plate with his breaking pitch. So on Perez, double, balk, single, and the Brewers take a 2-run lead.
Here's Scope. Slow roller to short. Get the lead runner there. The relay in time for the double play. Very close over there at first.
Didn't think there was a chance of a double play on that. Not hit all that hard. As you know, the Brewers are going to be looking at that one. Scope's not leaving. Now he is. Slow developing double play. Good stretch by Freddie Freeman.
Boy, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean, Brewers are out of challenges though. They lost on the play at second base. That's right.
Tough break there. Braves take advantage of lost opportunity rule-wise, so the double play holds, obviously. Base is clear, 2 down. Brewers get the run back, though, that the Braves just scored.
Yeah, that's the thing about the challenges. I mean, you shouldn't really need a challenge on a call like that. That didn't even look really close. That's just a bad call at first base. It should not be, you know, it shouldn't be up to the other team to, you know, write a call like that. It looked like he was clearly safe.
Kind of goes back old style then. Got to settle for the call. Mark Wegner, the first base umpire. So Manny Pena bats and Eric Kratz is in the on deck circle. I wonder if he gets a chance, to hit here with 2 down, if he would stay in the game and catch the rest of the way. Pena obviously took that foul tip, took a long time to recover, but did finish the last inning. And is batting now. Here's the 1-2.
Well, if Manny was going to come out, he'd have come out already, probably.
Yeah.
But you're right. I mean, to use your only other catcher first out of the gates in the 6th inning.
Well, you just have to wonder, you know, if they have Kratz out there first as a position player to hit. They already used Chacin, the Brewers starting pitcher, for Tuesday as the first pinch hitter of the game. That was in the 4th inning. I should say in the 5th. And Pena strikes out. Brewers do get one back, though, and get that 2-run cushion back. Take another look. Mike Moustakas, the only Brewer who hadn't got a hit up until then. Now everybody's in the books, 7-5. game, he was in the on-deck circle behind Pena batting, and he'll take over now, catching for Milwaukee. And Corbin Burns comes in relief here in the 6th inning.
And not sure if it's because Manny Pena is not doing all that well after that foul tip, or it's just a straight double switch. You know, Manny made the last out of the inning, and you hope that that's the case. You'd hate to lose Manny Pena for a while as Corbin Burns takes over. Back-to-back days for him. You know, 12th appearance. He threw a scoreless inning last night in the 7th inning, a 277 earned run average. Has the bottom half of the Braves batting order coming up.
Here's Inciarte to lead off against Burns. He is 0 for 2. 7-5 Milwaukee. 7 runs on 16 hits for the Brewer crew through 6 innings.
And you hope those 10 left on base doesn't come back to haunt them.
The top of the 6th was the first time the Brewers did not leave any base runners on. And it has been back and forth. Greg Counsell pushing some buttons today in more ways than one to try to get a victory here. A season, not only a series victory, but they've already won the season series. More importantly, just get today's win. You got the day off going to Chicago on Tuesday.
No, just keep winning. I mean, you try and win every game, no matter what it takes.
This one over Burns' glove. Scope quickly, and he gets the out.
Well, with the double switch, you figure Craig Counsell was thinking, well, maybe a couple of innings out of Burns, and then maybe a couple of innings to close it out with Jeremy Jeffress. He said he's going to be very creative at the end of games, and he's going to have to be. You figure Josh Hader not available today. He threw 2 innings in yesterday's game.
Burns got through that 7th inning yesterday with that catch by Ryan Braun to finish things out and end a scoring threat by Atlanta. Ooh, and a hit batter there as Flowers gets hit.
Oh, that didn't sound good.
Nope.
That was a direct shot right to the arm. Yeah, right on the back of the arm.
So Flowers to first. He gets hit. Dansby Swanson, the number 8, here to the shortstop.
Who's bigger, Flowers or Kratz? Two pretty big boys, aren't they?
In the big catching categories.
Yeah. The old Lance Parrish mold.
Well, what a job Kratz has done, though. I mean, not too many people, especially in the National League side, knew of Kratz when the Brewers acquired him, and it's been a steady 1-2 punch behind the plate with Pena, hasn't it?
Yeah. And they both been able to get their hits. I'm sure both of them would tell you like to do a little bit better job at the plate. But Kratz, when he first came up, yeah, big power, had 3 home runs very quickly, but what he's been able to do behind the plate has been very good. And good throwing arm, really handles pitchers well.
One and one count, Corbin Burns. Dansby Swanson, a big swing and a miss. Right down the middle.
Nice slider. Took a little off with the breaking pitch, and that's what fooled Swanson. The movement, not so much. It didn't do much, but took a little off it.
Here's the 1-2. Fly ball left field, long ways. Braun looking up and gone. A game-tying 2-run home run from Dansby Swanson. And we've got a new ball game here in Atlanta in the 6th inning.
Yeah, got a fastball in on him and able to turn on it, knock it out of here. After a slider, fastball 95, up and in, as if he was waiting for it. He was fooled so badly on the slider, looked like he was just sitting fastball, and that's exactly what Burns gave him, and he knocked it out of here. And we're back to even, like none of this ever happened.
Boy, what a game this has been. 7-7 here in the 6th inning.
Yeah, just all offense today.
There's Adam Duvall to pinch hit. First pitch a strike from Burns. Well, you knew neither starting pitcher was going to figure in the decision. They only went 4 innings, and Jackson's pitched 2 in relief for the Braves. Knebel and Burns now in for Milwaukee. It's anybody's game. We're only in the 6th inning. 2 teams holding the top 2 wild card spots as we enter today's play, battling it out.
Yeah. What they did do, the offense for the Braves, they got Newcomb off the hook. Just kind of reminiscent of the old ballpark that the Braves used to play in back in the old days, back at Fulton County Stadium.
There's the wild card race. Milwaukee a game advantage over Atlanta for that top spot. Top team gets to host the 1-game playoff. Wild, wild west is going on between Arizona, the Dodgers, the Rockies. Strikeout there for Burns, 2 down.
Another good slider. Oops, looks like a fastball, then kind of just dives 85 miles an hour. Didn't want to make a mistake with that fastball again. All sliders to Duvall.
Well, top of the order now in Acuna. Outside ball 1. Kratz took over behind the plate for Manny Pena to start this inning for Corbin Burns. Fastball hits 1-1. Fouled away, a ball and 2 strikes now.
It seems like he's got better command of the slider than the fastball. That last one ended up right down the middle.
1-2 from Burns inside. So the hit batter of Flowers, after retiring the first batter, cost Burns here. Swanson follows with a 2-run home run. Trying to get the final out here. High fly ball to right. And Yelich has it for the final out. But the Braves, the home run ties the game as we head to the 7th.
Hey, show Lorenzo Cain some love by heading to Miller Park on Sunday, August 26th. The Brewers host the Pirates. And all fans in attendance will take home a collectible Lorenzo Cain bobblehead courtesy of WTMJ Radio. Book your seats by going to brewers.com/tickets. Lorenzo Cain bobblehead.
Johnny Venter's on the pitch now for the Braves here in the 7th inning of a game now tied at 7-7.
Yep, one of 4 left-handers down in that bullpen. Venter's his 2nd time with the Atlanta Braves in his career. Used to be a hard thrower out there in the mound, left-hander. You got Kratz, and then the top of the order from Milwaukee.
So Kratz fits into the number 9 hole now. And the pitcher's spot in the batting order will now be the number 8 spot, vacated by Manny Pena. And Kratz up the middle, base hit. Well, the hit parade continues. Number 17 now for Milwaukee here in this ballgame. Time now for the Verizon projected starters, and the Brewers off to Chicago, where they'll play the Cubs on Tuesday and Wednesday. Anthony Rizzo, career hit number 1,000 against the Nationals yesterday in career game number 1,014. That's pretty impressive. 358 with 5 home runs since hitting leadoff back on July 13th. Hard to believe he's in that spot.
Yeah.
But look at those numbers. Good move, I guess.
The Brewers are going to face Jose Quintana on Tuesday.
And this one to left, a base hit for Lorenzo Cain. And that's a 4-hit game for Lorenzo Cain, tying a career high. He's already done that this season a couple of times.
18 hits for the Brewers. Goodness gracious. There's that fastball, 95 by Venters, and that one finds a hole into left field. Good day to be the hitter on that Brewers bench. Brewers are 1 hit away from tying a season high in hits. They had 19 against the Mets. That was back in May.
Here's Yelich looking to put a bunt down just into foul territory. Well, the Braves grabbed an early 2-0 lead in the first inning, and the Brewers were able to come back to even up the score in the second by scoring 2 runs. And then the Braves got the lead right back, and then a big 3-run home run by Aguilar in the 4th inning put Milwaukee out in front. They had a 7-5 lead, but then that 2-run home run by Swanson last half inning evened it up. Quick throw to second into center field, and Kratz and Cain will both move up, throwing to third. Kratz is in. How about that on the air?
Yeah. Trying to pick him off. He was ranged a little bit far off of the bag, trying to get a jump on the bunt. Flowers makes the throw. I didn't think that throw was that bad. Dansby Swanson trying to avoid contact with Kratz. And never made an attempt to catch the baseball. That's on Swanson right there.
If they're going to give it to Flowers. That just goes with the other half. It's a 2-man game when the ball's in the air.
Now, again, I mean, it wasn't a bad throw. I mean, just, you know, Swanson got tangled up with Kratz over there, and he was concerned about not stepping on Kratz, never went after the baseball, and catcher gets the error. Wasn't that bad a throw.
Yelich down to ball and 2 strikes. Infield in for Atlanta. 2-2. Yelich with a hit, a walk, 2 runs scored so far in this game. Could be a big inning brewing here. Nobody out, 2nd and 3rd for Milwaukee. Here's the 2-2. And Yelich strikes out. Fastball right down the middle, and he missed it.
Lefty versus lefty, game the fastball, and Christian not able to get a piece of it. 93 miles an hour. They're going to walk Aguilar. I figured they would to set up the double play. Intentional walk to Jesus Aguilar brings up Ryan Braun. Not a bad option.
I think anybody would take Ryan Braun with the bases loaded. All right, here's Braun, 2 for 4, a single and a double. He'd like to pick up an RBI or 2 right here. Johnny Venters, lefty versus righty, drops in a strike in the bottom of the zone. Seven ball game. Bases loaded for Milwaukee. 1 down. Here's the 0-1. This is outside.
Outfield pretty shallow for Braun. Opens up those gaps in right center and left center.
Braun's had quite a 14-game stretch coming in. Again at 375 coming into today. Already a couple of base hits, including a double. Bases loaded here. And did Braun check his swing? Couldn't hold him. So a strike to Braun. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to the Brewers cleanup hitter today.
Yeah, he went.
Venters ready. The 1-2. Braun puts it in play to short. Could be 2. The relay in time. And Johnny Venters and the Braves get out of it. Second and third, nobody out. Bases loaded, 1 out. And the pitcher's best friend right there keeps this score tied up. 7th inning stretch we go. God bless America. three-game series, our Badger Mutual Insurance play of the game. Just moments ago, the 6-4-3 double play by the Braves that ended the Brewers' threat. They had the bases loaded, one out, started the inning, second and third, nobody out, and can't get a run across.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Johnny Benner's throwing a pretty good two-seamer. The sinker at 94 got Braun on a ground ball. The Brewers have left a ton on the bases, 12 now. As Dan Jennings takes over, 56th appearance for Jennings, the left-hander. Got some lefties coming up. Switch hitter Albies, then two lefties, Freeman and Markakis.
Atlanta has turned to double play the last two innings to spoil Milwaukee's offense. Brewers with the 7 runs on 18 hits. The Braves also 7 runs, but on 10 fewer hits.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
Amazing. Here's Albies to lead off. High fly ball left field. Braun looks up and it's gone. A home run by Ozzie Albies. His 21st of the season, his first hit of the game, and Atlanta back out in front 8-7.
Well, the difference has been the extra base hits. 3 home runs, a triple, and now the Braves on top. Slider that ended up down the middle of the plate. Nice easy swing by Albies and knocks it out of here. Yeah, just like that. And Brewers had a golden opportunity in the top of the inning. Not able to score, and didn't take long for Atlanta.
Freeman goes after the first pitch and flies out to left. A crucial part of this order for the Braves. Acuna, Albies, Freeman, Markakis, the first 4 in this order. But it was the bottom part of the order last half inning. Swanson, the number 8 hitter, got the home run.
Yep, 2-run shot. Braves have scored in 3 straight innings.
Down 7-5, and now they have an 8-7 lead. Here's Markakis with 1 down. Inside, ball 1.
It's really been a difference in left on base in this game. Brewers have left 12. Braves only 3.
And the Brewers will have to rally now like they did yesterday late in the game. They had their 31st comeback win last night. They've got 2 innings left to do it. Slow roller. And Moustakas takes care of him, 2 outs.
Well, today's time of the game winner, the Sports Page Bar in Elkhorn. If they call the Brewers by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, they get 40 tickets to a Friday night game in the Miller Lite Beer Pen. This offer courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite. Elkhorn on its way, on our way to Lake Geneva. For me, anyway, not you.
No, I've been there though.
No, but you, Lake Geneva, you kind of go a different way, don't you?
I go a different way, but in this day, Rock, you're just everywhere, man. Little league, visiting college friends,
yeah,
whatever it takes.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Golfing.
I'd take I-43 south, get off on Elkhorn, and have a blast.
There you go. Good spot. You know they're watching today.
How's the weather back home today?
I think it's hot like it is here. Pretty close anyway. Comes in, makes the catch, and there's your 3rd out, but not before a leadoff home run by Ozzie Albies gives the Braves an 8-7 lead. To be sure. Fun stuff for the Brewers Class A affiliate, the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, to experience that kind of a victory like no other. And the Brewers now would like to rally here in this one. Back and forth against the Braves. Top of the 8th we go. Milwaukee now trails 8-7 as Perez will lead off against Brad Brock. Brock's 48th appearance of the season. And of course, he now with the Braves, and Perez off the third baseman and into left field. Camargo couldn't handle the hot shot, and Perez's bat is just sizzling today. This is the 4th time he's on base. It might be his 4th hit.
Yeah, that could very easily be a base hit. He hammers this baseball. Slider from Brock. And eats him up at third. Might be an error. It's right at him. And Dansby Swanson finally picks it up in short left field, so tying run on base.
Still deciding, and it's going to be an error. Brewers will take it. It's a base runner. So the Braves have committed errors in each of the last 2 innings.
Kind of turned his body a little bit. If he squares up on it, might hit him in the chest and just kind of fall in front of him. But it was hit hard.
Here's Moustakas. Harris with good speed over at first. Here's another look.
Yeah, see the way his kind of body's angled. Kind of goes off his arm, and Karam's past Dansby Swanson. And lead off base runner.
A lot of traffic on the bases for Milwaukee in this game. Moustakas today has 1 hit, also walked, has an RBI. That came back in the 6th. It's the 3rd time today the Brewers have been down on the scoreboard. They've been able to rally several times. But most recently, they've blown a 7-5 lead. Outside Moustakas. Hard to believe with the 18 hits. But 5 times before in Brewer history, they've had an 18-hit game and lost. Most recently, all the way back to 2002.
Yeah. Most of the Pirates that day. But that's not happening today.
It's funny how this game works, though, isn't it? You get last night, they only had the 2 hits going into the 8th inning. And they were able to use an error to get going and muster out a win. You need something similar to that here today. They got a runner at first via the error. Let's see if Moustakas can take advantage. To left field and just foul.
It does a good job of that. That's almost a carbon copy of that double he hit last night. Driving a couple of runs. Hernan Perez running on the pitch.
Three balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to Moose. Strikes him out. Runner moves. Perez is out. Another strike him out, throw him out in this game.
And another really good play by Swanson down there at second base. Check out the throw. He had a pretty good jump. And a throw off the mark. It was a one-hopper, and he's out easily at second base. Another good tag by Dansby Swanson. He's been pretty impressive in that department today. And it's a strike him out, throw him out.
Well, Milwaukee's had the leadoff runner on 4 times in this game, and that leadoff runner or batter has only scored 1 time. Erase this one here on the double play. Here's Scope. Base is empty, 2 down here in the 8th inning. Scope down, 2 strikes. Ball and 2 strikes down to the Brewers' second baseman. Scope's been on base 3 times, does have a hit and a run scored. Hit into a double play his last time up back in the 6th inning. The 1-2, and he hits it to the right side, right to second base, and that'll retire the Brewers here in the 8th inning. Atlanta protects their 1-run lead as we go to the bottom half of the 8th. All right, Dario, thanks very much. And Dan Jennings on for a 2nd inning of work out of the Brewer bullpen here in the 8th inning. And he'll face Ender Inciarte, the center fielder, 0 for 3 in this one.
The Brewers have activity down in that bullpen. It might be Jennings to get Inciarte, then go to the bench. I should say go to the bullpen. There's Jacob Barnes getting loose. The Braves have nothing but right-handers left on their bench. You got 2 of them, Culberson and Suzuki.
Jennings gave up a leadoff home run in the 7th inning to Ozzie Albies and then retired the next 3 batters. But that broke the tie, and that gave the Braves an 8-7 lead. That's where we sit right now. Trying to protect that, not let it increase, and see what the Brewers can do in their final at-bats in the 9th. A lot of numbers don't add up for Milwaukee in this one. 18 hits, and they are behind. The Braves have half as many hits as Milwaukee in their head. Ground ball to short, Perez, and there's one down.
Pretty simple formula for the Atlanta Braves. They get guys on, they drive them in. They've only left 3 on. Different situation for Milwaukee today.
All right, let's take a look at our Miller Lite What's on Tap. The Brewers have tomorrow off, then 2 day games in Chicago, Tuesday and Wednesday at Wrigley. Jose Quintana, Kyle Hendricks, the opposition for the Cubs against Yolis Chacin and Junior Guerra. Chacin pinch hit in today's game for Milwaukee.
How is it the Brewers always have to end up facing Quintana? Ever notice that? 2-game series and they have to face that guy. He has been tough on the Brewers.
Tremendous numbers against Milwaukee. Well, here comes Jacob Barnes. We'll take a break, come back while he warms up.
Lead here in the 8th with 1 out. Jacob Burns coming on, and one of the Brewers relievers coming back from the DL, Taylor Williams. Yesterday he threw his second bullpen. Both Taylor and Craig Counsell said that the session went really well. Taylor feels great, so he is eligible to come off the DL as soon as Tuesday against the Cubs, but they would wait to see how this game went and also just see how Taylor was feeling before they would decide if they'll activate him in that Cubs series or if he'll need a minor league rehab assignment. It would likely be just 1 appearance for Taylor.
All right, Sophia and Barnes facing Flowers, and Perez goes all the way out into left field to take that one. Ryan Braun actually passed him up as he called for that ball.
Yeah, that was a long way that Hernan Perez had to go for that baseball. Well, it was back on Thursday that Jacob Barnes appeared in the game. Gave up a home run in that appearance. 41st appearance. He's been back and forth a few times between AAA and Milwaukee. 367 earned run average. Has already recorded an out here today.
So 2 down for Swanson, who right now stands as the offensive hero for the Braves. He hit a 2-run home run his last trip to the plate in the 6th inning. So it's 8-7 Atlanta, 2 down here in the 8th inning. Rock, you were talking about Quintana and his numbers against Milwaukee when the Brewers face him Tuesday. 7 career starts against the Brewers. He's 4-1 with an 0.92.
Yeah, and again catching him in just a 2-game series.
The Cubs had last Thursday off and will have tomorrow as well, so they were able to work that through, and Barnes throws it away. Didn't look like he had much of a chance there, and Swanson's going to make a big turn, go to third base. And he is safe there on the air.
Yeah. I mean, that is about as easy as it gets. And Barnes couldn't get it the first time. Second time, he probably should just held on to it. Good pitch. And then things kind of go awry. Not a good throw, and Swanson gets all the way to third base.
Wow, 2 errors have been given to Jacob Barnes on that, fumbling the ball and then the throw. Interesting.
Yeah. Well, it's the bobble that got him to first base, and then the throw allowed him to get the third.
Perez, and there's your final out of the inning. Well, Barnes had the 2 errors there in the 1 play, but the Brewers keep their deficit at just 1 as they come to bat in the 9th. Inning number 9 down to their final 3 outs in a back-and-forth ball game, and A.J. Minter, the closer, on the hill for the Braves.
Yeah, 9 saves on the season, 291 earned run average. You got that 4-2 record. 51st appearance for Minter. As we mentioned, one of 4 left-handers down in that Braves bullpen. You see the strikeouts and innings pitched. He's got more strikeouts than innings pitched. So he's got the 8-9 spot in the order coming up. Shaw is going to bat in the pitcher's spot, and then top of the order.
Career game number 67 for A.J. Minter. And so Shaw set to lead off. Kratz on deck. Shaw, Kratz, and Kane.
Yeah, Travis's at-bats against lefties have been much better as of late. Started out fairly slow. Options on the bench were Shaw Thames from the left side and Orlando Arcia, the right-hander.
This one fouled straight back. So quickly down 2 strikes is Travis Shaw. He's defensively moved over more towards second base in his games now, in his starts. With the acquisition of Mike Moustakas coming off the bench today. Here's the 0-2. Outside and low. Ball and 2 strikes now to Shaw.
I see Minter not a flamethrower, 93, 94 miles an hour, slider to go with it.
Tenth in the National League in home runs for Shaw, 23 homers. High 2-2.
Of course, that one pretty good, 98. First couple of pitches were in the low 90s, then he reached back a little bit on that last one.
Here's the 2-2, and he strikes him out. Shaw goes down on strikes, and 1 down here in the Brewer 9th.
Yeah, a little wrinkle in that pitch right there. Maybe cutter. See the way it breaks just a little bit down and away.
So here's Eric Kratz. Batting for the second time today. He came in and spotted Manny Pena. And again, another base hit for Kratz. So he is 2 for 2 in this game, wasting no time going after that first pitch.
Well, you'd love to be able to pinch run, but you can't. You don't have any more catchers available. Kratz coming in for Manny Pena. You'd like to be able to throw out RC out there, but you know, no options really. So it's going to be Kratz running the bases and the top of the order coming up.
Well, then there's only one thing left to do, and that's hit a home run and make it an easy trot for him.
Well, Lorenzo's done just about everything else up there today.
He is red hot. He's got 4 consecutive hits in this game, all singles. First pitch from Minter hits the outside corner. How about his first 5-hit career day right here?
Yeah. Find a gap out there somewhere in right center.
Here's the 0-1 to Kane. And that looks like it was outside the zone. Kane not happy there. And he falls behind 0-2.
That just off the outside edge.
Haven't seen too much of that, if any, today. Chad Whitson, the home plate umpire. A.J. Minter on the hill, ahead 2 strikes to Lorenzo Cain. Runner at first. Cain shoots one into right field. Long run, and the catch is made there. Kratz has to get back to first and does. As Markakis comes in on the floater. Floated a little too long.
Yeah, pretty good pitch by Minter. He threw it right on the outside corner again. This time, yeah, Lorenzo would get a piece of it. A little too close to take. That was pretty close to the pitch before.
Here's Christian Yelich. Single run and a walk in this game. 2 down. Runner at first. Tying runs on the bases for Milwaukee. They trail 8-7. Lefty versus lefty here. First pitch a strike from Minter.
And they figure out a way to get on base here, and they get Aguilar to the plate.
Here's the 0-1. Big pocket of miss, so he goes bottom of the zone, top of the zone with 98-mile-an-hour fastballs. Yelich has been extremely good against left-handed pitching this season. A little different situation when you've got a closer out there throwing stuff like this from Minter. He's ahead 2 strikes. This one gets past the catcher Flowers, and Kratz moves up into scoring position.
There you go. Now base hits to tie it. That's a big one right there. Big base for the Brewers. It took a while for Kratz to figure out where the baseball was. Finally able to pick it up and gets into second.
So a wild pitch puts Kratz out there in scoring position. He'll be running on contact. 2 down. A ball and 2 strikes to Christian Yelich. It's been a back and forth ball game here. The Braves took the lead in the 7th. Minter set. And he delivers to Yelich. It's high, ball 2, 2-2. Jesus Aguilar waits on deck. He's already hit a 3-run home run in this game. Chomping at the bit, hoping Yelich can get on, give him a chance. Minter set for the 2-2. Struck him out. 99. And the Brewers fall to the Braves. A disappointing loss here for Milwaukee. A lot of traffic on the bases, but they come up a run short here. And the final score is 8-7.
Well, they had a season high, or a season tying in hits. Yeah, high water mark, but just left too many men on base. It was 13 left on base for Milwaukee. Offense came to life, but you know, pitching just wasn't there today.
Tough one here for the Brew Crew. Our Brewers Live postgame.